Mirabel in Encanto actually got a power. The whole plot of the movie Encanto revolves around Mirabel specifically, who seemingly did not receive a power during her 5th birthday celebration. Everyone in the family is being impacted by some form of generational trauma at the inadvertent hands of Abuela. The powers of the members of the family are intended to provide the family with safety and comfort, and they came as a result of their grandfather Pedro's sacrifice 50 years prior to the start of the film. But as time has gone on, Abuela has started placing so much stock into the gifts themselves rather than the reason why they needed them in the first place. And while we can easily understand and see why Mirabel in particular would be hit so hard by this, throughout the rest of the film, we see how much it's impacting every other member of the family. Luisa, for example, has unending strength but is being crushed by the weight of expectations. Isabella is picture perfect, but at the cost of any amount of self-discovery that she otherwise may have aspired to. Peppa can control the weather, but it can also control her right back. And Bruno felt as though his gift was such a burden to the rest of the family that he actually sequestered himself away inside the walls of Casita, meaning he still loved his family dearly, but feared they didn't love him back. But all this leads us to Mirabel's door ceremony at the age of 5 years old. She would be the youngest member of the family at the time of the ceremony and would have witnessed the hardship that everyone else was going through. And her nerves could be further compounded by the fact that she would have just witnessed her slightly older cousin Camilo receive his gift just a little bit prior. So what if Mirabel's worst nightmare is that she is going to let the family down? Every step closer to that door, the irrational certainty that it's not going to work grows inside of her mind. She reaches forward and her power immediately takes effect. The ability to bend reality. The problem is the reality she was just envisioning. Perceived failure. So right away, that's what she creates. A reality where she doesn't stack up. And this reality is now so powerful that the rest of the family is actually encapsulated inside of it. They see what she sees. For all intents and purposes, it's the new reality. And this only gets even worse later down the road when Mirabel eventually has to witness her youngest cousin Antonio receive a power, the first person to receive one after she didn't. Now Mirabel is even further isolated from the rest of the family. And I think the proof is right after this moment inside of the song, Waiting on a Miracle. The freeze frame that you see going on here so Mirabel can break into song, that's her power going into overdrive. She is slowing time to a near halt. She's taking a moment for herself to process this new information. And we see this to be true for the rest of the film. Every song that happens prior to this situation is fantastical, but at least lives inside of the reality of the world we're watching unfold. Every song after this situation is straight nutter butters. But everything that we're witnessing inside of these songs going forward, those things are actually happening because Mirabel is making it so. After Isabella's song in particular, you can see that her dress is in fact dyed new colors, meaning it's not just a sequence, Mirabel is bending reality.